think I know everyone here, just about everyone here. For those that don't know me, my name is Frank Shocker, and I am the chairman of the Chamorro tribe, and I'd like to welcome you all this evening to our educational session. For those on YouTube who were waiting for last week's meeting, it was election time on Guam, so we postponed until this week. Sorry about that. You know, I usually start by giving a brief history of how we got started on the tribe, and then going into the laws that we've come across in our research. Tonight I'm going to do something a little bit different. Since looking at the results of our videos on YouTube, it's come to my attention that we're receiving attention worldwide. We've got viewers watching our videos worldwide. So for the benefit of those viewers, I'd like to start a bit further back than when we started researching our quest for a different relationship with the United States of America. I'd like to start back to the beginning so that everybody can understand where the Chamorro people stand politically, psychologically, as a race. We've been colonized for over 400 years. Our first colonizers were, of course, the Spanish. They did their best, their very best, to annihilate us, to take away from us our history, our culture, our survival. In 1898, they sold us to the United States of America for $20 million as part of the Treaty of Paris. Now, between 1899 and 1941, not much happened. The Chamorro people were free to sustain themselves. They were free to live their culture. You have to understand that prior to the Spanish, although we were a self-governing people, because of our culture, governance was not important, because our culture was based on two very basic fundamentals, and that is the fundamental of Inhabitants, which means respect and cooperation with each other for the good of all, and the foundation of mamala, which is a feeling of shame for having done the wrong thing. Those are the two most basic fundamentals of our culture, which is why governing control over us prior to the Spanish was not a very important thing. Everybody pretty much did what was right for the benefit of all. We were the only culture in the world that was based on peace. Starting in 1941, preceding the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, the United States government had very good intelligence that the nation of Japan was indeed going to become a hostile nation towards the United States. So the military governor of Guam decided it would be in the best interest of the United States to evacuate the American citizens that were here. With the exception of a naval commander and a small staff and one military dependent, they managed to evacuate all of the United States citizens that were on this island prior to the Japanese invasion of Guam. The Chamorro people were not considered American citizens at that time. We were abandoned here by the United States of America to face the wrath of the Japanese Navy and the Japanese Army. For 3 years, we endured the atrocities committed against our people by the Japanese. In the retaking of our island, the military forces of the United States of America utilized naval and aerial bombardment for 21 days and nights. They killed more Chamorros before landing on this island to retake it than the Japanese did the entire 3 years they were here raping and killing our people. Following the retaking of the island, prior to the passage of the Organic Act, the first thing the United States government did was to seize control of the lands around Appa Harbor to use for their navy. Then they seized control of the lands in Harmon to use for their airstrips. Then they seized control of the lands at what was Naval Air Station Guam and is now Tiza. Then they seized control of half of the northern end of the island for their Air Force Base. Then they seized control of more lands in Barragata. They effectively seized over 1/4 of the lands on this island from the people of this island. Following World War II, on the USS Missouri, when the Japanese were surrendering to the United States of America, without consultation with the Chamorro people as to the atrocities committed against us by the Japanese, the government of the United States felt it was in their best interest and it was appropriate for them to excuse the Japanese from any reparations for the atrocities committed against our people. Then they started looking at the lands that they had seized from our people. And they discovered it violated their laws to take our lands. So in order to legalize their act, they changed our political status. The naval government of Guam created the Organic Act of Guam, sent it to Congress, and it became 48 U.S.C. Section 8A, the Organic Act of Guam, granting us statutory citizenship. Let's not confuse statutory citizenship with being an American citizen. Article 14, line 1 of the United States Constitution stipulates that in order to be an American citizen and enjoy constitutional rights, constitutional protection, you must either be born an American or you must be naturalized.